Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, I'm reading this book called Outlive by Peter Attia. He's pretty famous guy going around the internet. Uh, and this chapter is about eating less, live longer, the science of hunger and health. And it's been proven, as he says, through experience, through studies, that actually being hungry a little bit helps you live longer, because being hungry triggers this hormone called mTOR, and mTOR is actually what protects you from some of these big diseases. And he says a pretty interesting read over here. He claims that the first person to put this idea of eating less into practice is a Italian businessman named Elvis Cornero. And Elvis was pretty wealthy back in his day, so he would throw big parties and have feasts like almost every day. And this was causing him to have incipient diabetes. And so when he went to the doctors told him, "You're eating too much, so you gotta stop eating as much as you do." So after taking their advice and taking it on board, after a year of this, his health improved dramatically. So much so that he actually lived a long and healthy life. And in his 80s, he felt compelled to share the secret with the world. So he wrote a book on it, which was lauded by Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Edison, and others of that nature, which made it like perhaps the first best-selling diet book in history. So when I'm reading this, I'm saying, subhanAllah, like, our deen already talked about all this, our Prophet talked about all this extensively already. Like, look at this hadith I'm about to show you. A man used to eat much, but when he embraced Islam, he started eating less. That was mentioned to the Prophet ﷺ, who then said, "A believer eats in one intestine. He is satisfied with a little food, and a kafir eats in 7 intestines," which means he eats much. And you guys know, like the famous hadith, "I heard the Messenger of Allah ﷺ saying, the human does not feel any container that is worse than his stomach. It is sufficient for the son of Adam to eat what will support his back. If this is not possible, then a third for food, a third for drink, and a third for his breath." SubhanAllah, like the places we would be if we just followed everything that Allah and His Messenger came with. We wouldn't need all these self-help books and all these advices and things that we're taking from the disbelievers. Our deen already told us about all of this 1400 years ago, and they just come out with it and tell us that is the first person who did it. That is the first person who said it. Like that reminds me of the Christian guy, the Christian doctor that discovered the birth stages, the baby in the stages in the womb, and he claimed that he was the first person to find out about it, but it's actually the Muslims. 1400 years ago, our Prophet already told us about all this. So it just goes to show you, man. Like we should just follow our deen. We already have enough. And speaking on this eating subject, like, it makes sense, because you're not supposed to, if you eat a lot, you're going to be exposed to more stuff that is in the food. All the food might not be healthy that you eat. All the food might not be pure that you eat. So, yeah, it reminds me, like, the other day, my wife bought me, like, this, I think it was, like, beef patties from the halal. But I'm always skeptical of buying food from outside, because I'm just so used to eating from home. So that night I got so sick, qadarullah. I'm thinking it's from that beef patty. I got so sick, I was puking a lot. So you're gonna be protected from stuff like that, and also from the long-term dangers of all the all the other stuff that is in the food, like the processed stuff and things of that nature. So let's just follow the Sunnah, follow what Allah and His Messenger came with, and we'll be good. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.